So what's really going on with real estate prices in Delaware County, Pennsylvania? You're watching the headlines and you're hearing about a housing crash next week, a full-on recession next month, and you really are thinking, should I just sit on the sidelines and not buy anything for the rest of the year? If you're a seller, you're also watching those same headlines and you may be thinking, should I kind of hold place, or is it really the right time to make a decision about selling my house? So in today's video, I'm going to help you make a more informed decision based on what's going on in the current market, and this will be especially relevant whether you're buying or selling in the Philadelphia area, specifically Delaware County and its 43 municipalities. Imagine submitting your offer to purchase without having buyer's remorse instantly kicked in because you knew you did the proper due diligence on the local Philadelphia market instead of listening to some guru across the country. Now, if you're a seller, what would it be like to have the proper expectations up front about what is realistic to sell your house today versus what it was for your neighbor 5 months ago or 5 years ago? So let's get started. I'm Veronica Woods, and welcome to the Real Estate Wisdom channel, where I share market updates about the Philadelphia metropolitan area, as well as give tips about how to build a more profitable rental property portfolio. If you want to get in touch with me and talk about your personal real estate situation, or have questions, have suggestions about topics I should cover on this channel, feel free to get in contact with me with one of the means in the description below this video where you're watching. So let's dive right in. So what the scary headlines that I was speaking about are not telling you is the real story is the deceleration of appreciation. This is not the same as actual depreciation when you look over a longer time period. So this chart that you're looking at on the screen is just Delaware County prices since 2010 and looking at the price change quarter over quarter. So yes, there are peaks and valleys through the cyclical seasonality of home pricing or of the market year over year, but overall the trajectory is definitely upward. Matter of fact, if you look over the last 48 years, home prices in Philadelphia have trended upward. The gray bars that you see on the screen relate to actual recessions. So what most of us remember more top of mind is the Great Recession in 2008. And you see, even if you bought at the top of the market the wrong time, right before the crash, in 2008, those people, if they held on to the property today, made a profit. So you can see, again, 48 years of home prices in Philadelphia, upward trend line overall. A lot of people point to foreclosures are going up, and this is also Philadelphia data. So that is correct. The headline that foreclosures are increasing, but nowhere close to 2008. And if you look at, if you look at the bars of 2020, 21, 22, and 23, yes, it's trending up, but it's nowhere close to the height, even pre-pandemic, the 2016, 2017 numbers. So we're nowhere close to that. So there's not this tsunami of foreclosures. Now, if there is a big increase, it still is not anywhere close to the heyday where people built businesses around buying things at the foreclosure auctions. So let's jump right into Delaware County, and these 6 municipalities have the biggest volume of transactions. So that's why a lot of times I try to look at these towns, and also a lot of investors are active in these areas as well. So the overall median Delco Q2 2020 2023 price was $332,000. And you can see, if you look at the last 5 years in each of the municipalities in general, the price is going up. And for most, there was a big big increase between 2021 and 2022, and a softening for 2023. Now, one stat when I looked at, it's like, wow, I had to bring this to your attention because a lot of folks want to feel like they're negotiating on pricing. And, the reality is only 8 out of 43 price median, if you look at the percent sales price versus asking price, only 8 out of 43 of the municipalities in Delaware County were actually under the asking price, which means a majority of home buyers in Q2 2023 were paying over asking price. Contrast this to 2019, Q2 2019, 43 out of 43 of the municipalities, the median percentage of sales price to asking price was a discount. So that is a dramatic difference. And this is really what people are feeling who may have been buying properties throughout the time, the difference of today's time. So overall, the median percent sales price, original asking price is 101.3%. So that's the premium that we're talking about. Now, where are the top premiums? Ardmore, Wynwood, and Wayne. So you can see, they're paying 5 to 8% over the asking price in those towns. Now, those are not a lot of transactions, but as many as what you'll see in where the main discounts were in Chester, Darby, and Upper Darby, which the discount was in the mid-90s. So that's just something to think about as far as where the market is going. And also just want to point out the days on market are edging up. So this is another indicator of the pace in the market. So things aren't going on the market and selling in 3 days like they were in the heyday. Now, it's still relatively fast-paced market. So if you look back to 2018, where the median was 60 plus days, 2 months for a house to sell, we're hovering below 30 days on market right now in Delaware County. If I put a chart of Philadelphia actually is a little slower market than Delaware County. So Delaware County is still kind of holding on to the frenzy days a little bit stronger than Philadelphia is right now. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on what is arguably the most important number to consider your buying decision if you're getting a mortgage. So it's not the interest rate, it's not the mortgage rate, it's your monthly payment. More specifically, your PITI payment. So your principal, interest, taxes, insurance. So these are the rates. They're pretty much locked in, or you can swap out insurance. But these are the fees that you're paying every month as a owner of a property. So let's take an example. If you're contemplating a $1,500 a month payment, if you're an investor, you're stacking that against the amount of rent you're going to collect. So if the potential monthly PITI payment, let's even put operating expenses aside, which are variable, it's $1,500, and you could only get $1,300 in rent, that's a bad deal. Now, if you are a renter and you're contemplating buying for the first time, and you're looking at the $2,000 a month you're paying for your rental versus the $1,500 you can pay a month as a homeowner, then that also becomes a no-brainer to consider pulling the trigger on buying a property today. Now, if you want more information about how you should pick the right mortgage professional to help you run those numbers and figure out what your potential mortgage payment should be, you'll want to watch the video that's appearing on the screen right now. As always, thanks for watching and happy investing.